Hello everyone, and welcome to our latest store tour. We are here at Blushington Columbus Circle on 57th Street in New York City, and I am here today with Natasha Cornstein, CEO of Blushington.
We're so thrilled that you're here today. We opened to the public on Friday, September 9th, and we're here at the beginning of the week with our very first visit. So thank you for coming.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. It's a great space, very relaxing, and I think a really great story around experiential retail and what the possibilities are.
I agree with you, and I think long before this term became a buzzword, this term of experiential retail, our founder, Steffi Marin, had tremendous insight about what it was to experience beauty. And back in 2011, when she founded the business, getting your makeup done wasn't that common. On one end of the spectrum, you could go to a department store where it was very sales driven. And on the other end of the spectrum, it was really for celebrities, extremely expensive. And she saw this opening for women and guests to come in, have their makeup done in a very personalized setting, one-on-one with a makeup artist, where you left feeling like the very best version of yourself.
No, it's great. I love that. So that obviously remains the core of the business, but I know during the pandemic, there was a time where, like many companies, there was a reassessment, like where is the business going? What are the opportunities? So what did that exercise or process look like for your team, and where did that leave you as a business?
I appreciate you asking that. The pandemic for Blushington, for a business where you're doing makeup face-to-face, it came to a grinding halt on March 13th of 2020. We had 6 locations across LA, New York, and Dallas. And by the end of that weekend, I knew that we had to shut down our stores. Pretty devastating for a business that was built over a decade. And by April 17th, we said, we're going 100% digital. We're not giving up on this business. We're not giving up on our artists, on our customers. And we did something we would have never anticipated had we stayed at brick and mortar. We went 100% digital. We re-platformed to Shopify, built e-commerce, and I would say the biggest success during the pandemic was really twofold: to serve our customers and to serve our community of makeup artists. For our customers, we immediately launched virtual classes and virtual sessions where you would go one-on-one with a makeup artist on Zoom. Sometimes customers would do a consultation in advance and order all of the recommended skincare and makeup. Other times they would come to the lesson with their own makeup bag and we would help them fill in. We also saw a lot of corporate support, which I think prior to the pandemic, beauty and makeup wasn't necessarily thought of as an HR perk or as something to offer. But now everyone was in front of the camera, and I think corporations recognized that overnight their employees really became news anchors. So instead of being behind a closed door, they were on camera. So I'm very grateful to the corporate support we have and remains to this day. But the other really core audience for us were our makeup artists and our brands. We curate over 50 brands founded by women, predominantly founded by women. And we never carry the full line of any brand. Our makeup artists curate it down because we believe that's how the modern beauty consumer shops. Our guests may get a mascara from one line, a skincare item from another, a blush from a third. And it's really the way consumers shop today. They're not limited to one brand. And we realized that our brands also needed outlets, and our artists, their jobs ended overnight. So between the virtual classes and the creation of the Blushington Academy for Artist Advancement, we were off and running in a digital space that was brand new to us.
That's incredible. So at a time where many brands and retailers were struggling with reallocating their workforce, figuring out, do we want to lay these people off? Do we want to move them to a different division? You were able to completely pivot to this digital model and keep them engaged and immersed in your brand, which I don't think anyone has done as much of a thorough job of doing that as you guys have been able to.
I appreciate you saying that. We had such a commitment to our artists. Again, imagine if all of a sudden overnight, like so many people during the pandemic, your job was gone. And so it was crucial to me to find as much opportunity. I will tell you, there weren't jobs for every single person on our team, but we tried to create and keep as many as we could. With the creation of the Blushington Academy for Artist Advancement, we were able to serve artists, both long-standing in their career and aspiring artists across the country. So we had a 25-hour Zoom course where we certified artists, and then they each got a shop on our website. We held the inventory, there was no investment on their part, but they were able to sell our brands and earn a 20% commission. So it was really designed for creating incremental income and opportunity for artists. And for our brands, it was this entire influencer network or micro-influencer network. So it was small towns, large cities, but our brands to get in the hands of working makeup artists and to come back to your work experiential. Blushington is about customers experiencing brands with a knowledgeable professional makeup artist. It's not just sitting on a shelf. It's not a poster. It's this incredibly interactive beauty experience.
That's great. So you had this period during the pandemic, but now we're obviously back in face-to-face mode. You know,
Yes.
People want to have these experiences, especially we were talking before we started rolling about, you know, the unique aspects of going to a spa or getting your hair and makeup done. Like there's just something special about that. And I know there's a big market for it. We know that there is growth happening. So how is Blushington contributing to that services opportunity, that services growth opportunity? And you know, now we have this beautiful location. So what is next there?
Well, this has been 2.5 years in the making. We were not giving up on our brick and mortar heritage, and I couldn't be more ecstatic to say we are back. And our Blushington artists, our Blushington customers there's been an outpouring of excitement for this return. And I think if you look across the beauty landscape, you look at the financial results, you look at customer desire, every category in beauty is up. Prior to the pandemic, as I said, we were focused on makeup applications and express skincare. And we were just on the verge of adding blowouts. That was a huge demand from our customers. And again, realizing that the customer behavior, while we all love to go to the spa, and I sure love to go to a spa any chance I get, our customers were really looking for express, convenience, all under the same roof. So with this new Blushington location and format, we've added really the 3 most in-demand beauty services: skincare services, makeup applications, and blowouts. Who doesn't love a blowout?
Right. It's the ultimate trifecta
of
beauty.
There you go.
But what else do we need to know about the location? I mean, as far as how you're bringing people together, beyond the services, you know, what makes this spot special?
For us, what makes this special, beyond being in the heart of Manhattan, is being in this incredible neighborhood that serves residential buildings and also corporations. So we're bringing in this breadth of customers, which is part of the excitement of this location. Another development during the pandemic is we organized as a franchisor. And so for the first time, rather than opening all of our own corporate locations, we are starting to franchise, which is tremendously exciting for our team. And so this location that we're standing in will be the centerpiece of Blushington, our corporate headquarters, and really, I think, the beginning of a huge growth spurt for us across the country.
So with that franchising opportunity and the community component that's already so strong, I mean, What is next for Blushington, like as far as growth goes? Like how are you trying to continue to maintain that strong community that you were able to bring to the next level during the pandemic and, I guess keep digital a part of it and just expand into physical spaces? What does that look like strategically?
Strategically, we're really going to continue an omni-channel business, and the pandemic gifted us that in a way, opened this entirely new, this new opportunity for us. So we'll continue to maintain the digital business, the academy. We'll continue to be a brick and mortar. Again, this is store number one post-pandemic. We are thrilled with the look and feel of it. It's, I think, a very peaceful space that we're inviting our customers into. And while Blushington has always been known for that warmth and that communal feel, I think we were called the Cheers of Makeup, where everybody knows your name, and it's really, that is the feel of our culture, coming in and feeling like you're hugged when you walk in. So I think that we've continued that culture, and with the addition of the blowout services, we know that our customers will be coming more frequently. And so I think the community will just build from there.
To close out our conversation, I always like to bring it back to our audience, our folks that are in the retail industry, want to learn from their peers. So, I mean, based on your experiences as CEO, going through the pandemic, going from in-person to online only to omni-channel, are there any key learnings or takeaways that you would share just based on your experiences as going through this as a very experience-based, business leader?
I have one word that I would share, and that's partnership. And I really believe strongly, whether it's your team, your customers, your landlord, your insurance company, think of all of the partners that you have in running a brick and mortar store, in running digital. Partnership is at the heart of everything. When you're successful and to set out to be successful, it is that partnership that you build on. So I would encourage anybody that's running a retail store, that's running a conglomerate, that's running digital, get to know everybody that's part of what makes your business work. And I think I would also share particularly the importance of culture amongst your team. And that's something I'm very proud of and something I really had to learn from making mistakes. And what I learned is keep the door open. I think when I first started at CEO, if someone was departing, they were departing. And I thought a lot about that from both the business and economic side, but also the human side. And really came to this point where I said, if we are in this together, if we're meeting what I call the trifecta of excellence, which is excellence at your craft, whether that's makeup applications, blowout, skincare services, excellence in education and sales. Are you connecting with your customer? Are you teaching them and giving them that beauty experience that allows them to walk out and enjoy that product? And I would say third, and most important to me personally, is what is the mindset you're bringing when you walk through that door? Are you bringing warmth? Are you bringing a mutual respect? And if we have that trifecta of excellence, that door is open for our artists. I want to see them soar in their careers. I want more and better for them. So whether Blushington is 7 days a week, or it's once a month, or it's a stepping stone, we have tremendous talent here. And all I want to do is unleash that here within our four walls and for the longevity of their careers. I am very proud that we have 18 returning artists from prior to the pandemic that are returning. It's a real homecoming. So in this tight labor market, I really suggest to my peers and to anybody running retail, invest the time in listening and getting to know your team. And that listening piece is really at the centerpiece of our training for interacting with our customers, and it's top of mind for me to always be listening.
That's great. And it's the centerpiece of the experience, right? You can't run a great environment like this without great people.
That is everything.
Great. Well, Natasha, thank you so much for giving us a bit of a sneak peek into the new location. Thank you again. Congratulations, first and foremost, on all of it.
Thank you so much.
And to all of you, hope you got a little bit of insight and some inspiration from this store tours. We will see you next time, everyone. Take care.